Knock knock. Hello. Good evening, everyone. It's time to enjoy some StarCraft again from the EU Pro League server. And today we are going to take a look at some race bars that was played last week, if I don't remember incorrectly. And today TVZ. So we are going to enjoy 3 series of TVC today. I'm really excited for that. And with me today we have Cinders of Azurat. Are you here, man?
Yes, I am. Great to be here again. I hope this will be an entertaining cast for everyone.
Are you excited to see some TVZ action?
Yes, I am. Especially since I'm a low ranked D player, so maybe I'll even learn something from this.
Yeah, definitely. For me too. I think there will be really great matches to even learn from, as I struggle a lot at TVZ as a Zerg player. Not really my strongest matchup. So yeah, really happy to see what happens here today. So today we have, as stated before, hello Satik, welcome to the stream. So as players here we have Bete versus Zztyu, Quim versus ManiacBen, and then Genesis 7 or Martin. He actually, I think, in the Discord server he goes by name Martin. But yeah, Genesis 7 versus Rennac. So 3 series. And without further ado, should we just go and hop into the first match of the day? By the way, chat, if you hear some issues in sound, please let me know. I hope the sounds are on balance. You can hear both me and Cinders well. So let's go start with Beat versus Zztyu. Let me navigate to the correct window. Here we go. So first map is going to be in every series. Bold Star, as it is the starter map in this tournament, the race bar tournament. So Polestar, do you have any opinions of this map, Cinders?
Well, I myself haven't really played all that much on Polestar since, from what I know, it's a relatively new map on ladder, and I don't really ladder, so I have seen some casts of games on Polestar, and it's definitely an entertaining map. Last time we were casting, we also had a game. I think it was Quim versus River. That was also a PVZ. We also looked on this map with the drone blocking the Protoss move out.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So
But
yeah,
I don't really have a specific. Well, I don't have really any specific meaning about this map, or Jesus Christ, wrong word. Opinions on this map,
yeah,
since I
as
don't
a
really play on it.
Zerg bow, I think I like this map as a Zerg. Really enjoyable. I like the as the third. It's really nice to take on this map. But yeah, here we go. Playing as a red Terran for us is Beat, and the blue Zerg on the top left corner is Zztyu. So I think Zztyu is more of a newcomer to the server, so I'm not sure if I have seen Zztyu playing before. Not sure. And Beat, I have played against Beat myself, and what I have seen from previous games. Oh, Beat informing the opponent what is the map here. But yeah, Beat, I think what I've seen, he likes to go mech style. So let's see if that is the case here.
Well, me and Vernon did help him a little bit with expanding his mech style play because he was curious about how to make it better since he wasn't really playing winning games when he was playing DVZ mech style. So let's see if he improved. At least
Yeah,
I hope so.
so yeah. So you are a Terran player, and if I remember correctly, you like to play mech style too, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so you can
It's
keep us.
honestly a pretty simple style because you don't really need the macro capacity that you would normally need for Bioterran. While it also still packs a punch, you just have to move out a little bit later. It's also very good if the opponent goes into a lurker switch because you have already a lot of factories by then, so you can easily switch into tanks.
Yeah, sounds good. So from Zerg player, we have 12 hatch opener followed by pool and extractor. So really standard opener, which you will see a lot in ZVT by Zerg.
Terran appears to be trying. Oh, a 14cc, nice.
Okay,
Don't really see that all that often.
okay. So what is he going for? Fast expand.
Yes, 14cc is basically the Terran equivalent of a fast expand. It's, if I recall correctly, the fastest way to expand when playing Terran, but it's also very greedy.
But you
And
can
if
still.
your opponent goes anything that even slightly resembles a rush, like even a 9 pool, it can easily overwhelm you and beat you.
Strong going down there. So we went fax expand, and now he's doing academy. So are we looking for a bio opener, not a mech opener, or what
Yeah,
is?
that does appear to be the case. He does take a refinery, so
Yeah, let's see what is going
there
for.
is a chance that he's just going academy for scans.
So he would be going for mech, just with a fast expansion. Let's see what happens. For Zerg, pretty standard. Player coming up, doing a safe sunken here.
Oh, Zerg is also evolving metabolic boost for the lanes.
Yeah, good catch there. So you can do that. It's pretty good to have that tech. So as for now, this seems like Terran is going for some kind of bio play because I don't see a factory yet. So
He does have 3 SCVs on the refinery, so it does most likely appear. Oh, what will he build next? A depot, alright. I was kind of hoping he would start to build something bigger, but he's about to have enough and an engineering bay. I do think that he'll just be going bio.
yeah,
Alright, he's also starting the ComSat for scans.
that's good to see because I've seen Pete
And
only
Zerg is
going
starting
for mech
Spire.
style. So if he goes bio, it's really interesting to see how he plays this out. So Zerg has the Spire
Yeah, it
coming up,
does,
and
but yeah, it does appear that Pete will be trying to do something bio related. Although, if I'm not mistaken, you would normally build 2 barracks if you're going into any type of play. He's also slightly drifting on minerals for this point in the game.
yeah, now he's moving out with a bunch of Marines
And
and
he's
a
starting a second
medic.
barracks. Alright.
Let's see. There's already one sunk in us, so I think it should be enough
Uh,
if he decides to move for an attack
this
here.
move out is, if I recall correctly, just to force the Zerg to make a few sunkens. I don't think that he'll be able to do anything with it. He should retreat or just scout with this move out because he only has 1 medic and 6 marines. This is not the type of build you
Oh,
use
he's
when
going
trying to
in.
move
He's
out.
going in.
Oh, he's
He
going.
forced Sunkens and now he's going in. Let's see. I don't think he can
Well,
go
that
there.
is
Yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah, but it was good. He forced the Sunkens, as you stated before. He managed to for Sunken and didn't even lose that much here, so really nice.
Also,
Losing
Bete in
some
the meantime expanding to 3 barracks.
and Zerg has third hatchery coming up behind this. He's pretty low on drones though. Does he
Well,
have
Bete did
mutas?
manage to kill a few drones when he was trying to do a pseudo move out.
Yeah, and he doesn't have mutas coming up yet, but which you should have at this point. I don't see
He
any
does
mutas.
already research flyer attacks, so...
Yeah.
Also, why does Zerg have double spire? Is that something usual? Double
Oh,
upgrades.
okay. No, that's not usual. I think he's trying to go really heavy on um probably even
Guardians?
maybe Guardians later, but definitely some really heavy air attack here. But what I'm wondering, I don't see Midas out yet, and it's already 7 minutes in the game. So Terran has all the time in
It
the
is
world to
also
prepare for
starting
this.
a machine shop on a factory that he made while I was looking away, and a starport. Does have a pretty nice clump of bio right at his entrance of the base.
So let's see. I'm really interested to see what Zerg goes for. Now we have few Mutas coming out. So he's going for Mutas, but they're just coming a bit late as he was really pretty low on eco for he had to do the Sunkens too. So he's
But I have noticed one thing for Beat in his turret placement isn't all that bad, although if the mutas attacked from the cliff, they would easily be able to mutilate a few of those mining SCVs. Well,
yeah.
in his main, those 3 turrets, if the mutas come from the top side, would definitely do a lot of damage. But if the mutas, oh, and he does have 2 turrets over there, I do agree that he does have pretty nice turret coverage, although still not really the best, as you usually just want a few in slash right next to your mineral line, and then possibly a few right next to your production structures.
I
But
see.
otherwise than that, no real critiques. Oh, he's also starting science vessel production.
Now we have Mutas
Don't think
on the
he's
map.
researched
Going for attack.
irradiate yet.
No, I don't think so. He has a vessel coming out, but don't think he has
Or maybe just
research
some
coming up.
mobile detection. Lurkers are pretty common at this stage of the game, if I recall correctly.
Doing some damage on these starports here. Maybe he can pick up some marines. Oh, he lost a few mutas here. Not do that much here. Meanwhile, Terran.
If I'm not
Not.
mistaken, Zerg does need about 8 to 9 mutas to one-shot an SCV, so the
Yeah,
6 muta move out wasn't really the best idea.
no. And what does he? Okay, did he finish the upgrades? I think. Um. Yeah. Now
Oh,
when he has the
Pete's also
+1 attack,
researching Irradiate. Well,
he needs
yeah,
less mutas to do that. ID 6 mutas is good enough now to one shot, but don't he
in the
doesn't have
meantime,
that
Pete's
much.
also doing a double engineering bay research while also researching Irradiate on his science facility. Slowly starting tank production, but I don't think he has siege mode yet.
No, I don't think he does. Let's see what happens.
Zerg with a queen's nest, but oh, all right, there is the hive. I was just about to say that Zerg does have a queen's nest, but he isn't researching anything from it or making a hive. But then he started to make a hive, so
Yeah, and now
made a
he's
small mistake right there,
starting
or at least
the
bad
carapace
timing.
upgrade and second evil, so he could be transitioning straight into ultras. Seems a bit like that, as he's taking double evo now.
Well,
Let's
that
see.
is possible.
Yeah,
He is also starting to make a lot more links. You know, I'm not a Zerg player, but when I offer as a Zerg, I usually do something like that, that I speedrun to high, do all of the spawning pool upgrades, try to get the attack and carapace up as high as possible, and just send mass wave of cracklings at my enemy.
Yeah, that works. You can test with ways. You can either just go the standard way, but since he skipped lurkers already, so
Oh, Terran's also attacking the top expansion.
yeah. So I think Berserk, as he skipped lurkers too, he's going straight for ultra play. Let's see if that's the case. But now he's in trouble at the third. Everyone pushing through. We'll most likely get this third because there's not much from Zerg as army goes. So he gets this predictory here. And this of course pushes Zerg a lot behind in this game. Some circlings here
Zerg will definitely lose that expansion, but it would. Zid also had a good idea to move those links into the Terran main, but they got caught right as the Terran was moving out with a few reinforcements, so he won't be able to break in.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that much here. Yeah, Ultra Discovery is on the way, so the plan for the Zerg was to go for Ultras, but it's coming a bit late now. Let's see, he's only on 2 bases, so I don't think he can do that much with that. So yeah, that is a way you can do. You just skip Defiler and Lurker Tech and just go straight into Ultras. It is a strategy.
But honestly, with the army that Bete now has, I didn't think that he would just be able to move right in and kill everything that the Zerg has over there. Needs to reinforce
Yeah, I think
that tank.
there's just 3 Duncans, so if it just moves out, there's not much from Zerg he can do as he's pushing here now, and probably will clean this quite easily. Ultras are on the way, but they're not. I think they have one carapace upgrade, but
will be able to morph in time.
Yeah.
At least not most
GG.
of them. Not even a GG is called. He just quit the game.
Yeah, but it's a GG anyway. So yeah, Tech from the Zerg, slightly behind. He went for the Spire opener, but yeah, I think the Tech was just the meters were late. The Tech was a bit late, so Terran could just do Terran things, ball up and push and finish the game.
But we generally play pretty good this game. One thing I would personally advise him to do is to make us a little better Sim City, but otherwise, well played. Here and there, possible micro issues, but or macro issues, but I didn't really pick up on that. So played really well. Nothing to add from my side.
Yeah, really nice game. It's not always easy as a Zerg just to nail everything. It's really you're really on I'd say a strict timetable, so you get everything out in time. It's not always easy to execute, especially when you fall up behind a bit, like in this game, forced Sunkens and stuff like that. I hope now that I picked the correct game as the second game. Hope these are on correct order. Maybe I need to double check.
Just color code the game, bro.
Yeah. Let's hope this is the second game. This map is Dominator. That's what we are going to look next. Let me go to the right window here. But yeah, second game in this series, we are going to play on Dominator, the 3-player map. pretty familiar to everyone by now. It's been here quite a long for some time. I personally like this map. I think it's quite nice to do some early aggressive things here as a Zerg. Let's see what happens here. Spawning as the blue Zerg Zztyu on the right side of the map, and the bottom we have red Terran Bete. So cross spawns. Overlord starts to go the
Is
top
there
way.
really something like a cross spawn on 3-player maps?
I'm not. I'm not sure. Sorry for saying that.
No, it's just that I was listening to what you were saying, introducing the two players, and like cross spawn on Dominia. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think that sounds correct.
it's pretty high chances that happens in this map. They're not spawning linearly, so yeah, probably not correct way to say that. Yeah. So let's see what happens here. Terran doing a typo. Oh, we have 9 pool from Zerg.
Oh,
Let's see some aggressive
most likely
maneuvers.
because you saw Terran doing the 14cc in the previous game.
Yeah, most probably. And I think this map is pretty nice to do some early aggressive stuff.
Yeah,
Don't
I
think
do think so too.
this is not so
I
easy to
won,
wall in here. The natural.
I won a PVT, well, a TVP in my case. I won a PVT with a 2-0 just because I was able to do a, well, not per se rush, but I did a siege expand and at 10 minutes moved out. Not not to say the first game it was a little bit mind games because I lost my whole army in the move out, but the pro player thought I still had more, so good for me.
Yeah.
But
So we are.
I
Oh,
do agree that it is a map for more aggressive type plays.
Shohat's coming up now.
It manages to scout the 9 pool.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll act accordingly.
Was this overpool? I'm not sure. Maybe I missed. Maybe this was overpool, not 9 pool. But yeah. Anyways, sorry for that. Because
Well,
it
he
looked
is
like it
only
was
making
more like a.
4 lanes, so I don't think it's really a rush.
Yeah. I think this was overpool, not 9 pool, because he has the hatch coming up, and he has such a big
I
amount
didn't
of
pick
drones
it up
already.
either, but
Not
thing is,
paying
if the
attention.
Zerg makes more than 6 links, it's most likely an attack. If they make less, it's just for scouting.
Yeah. 4 links is gonna like good number to have in the beginning. You're gonna go with 2 only, but 4 is fine. Gets the
He's also
CV
managing to
down.
get a pretty good scout, and I think Bete's gonna go into MacTerran this time because he's immediately starting a factory.
Yeah.
Well, he already started a factory. I just was looking at the micro he was pulling off at the Zerg base. Also, a very nice scout from Bete's side.
So yeah, most likely Terran going for a mech opener here.
As a Terran,
Vulture
I
coming up.
would really like if he moved that barracks in between the the wall and the 2 depots, because then you basically have a full wall, maybe a 1 hole or something, and the links won't be able to get through as easily if he goes in there. Oh, he's making 2 vultures.
Now the Zerg should see that, sees the vulture. Let's see the reaction. He should be making the sunken. Here it goes. Let's see if he gets it up on time. Looks pretty bad for now, I think. He should have
I
started
think that
a
the
bit
vulture will
earlier.
be able to sneak right by the sunken as it's morphing.
Yes. Okay, Tron's gonna block the ramp. Nice move here by the Zerg. Nice block.
Oof.
Oh, nice. Really nice blocking. Stopping the
Yes.
vulture. Now he got nice, really well handled by Zztyu here. The vulture didn't do that much. And now goes for the second one. The second one goes down too. Nice,
Oh,
really nice play by
the
Zztyu.
second was just free.
Yeah, getting
No
both of those
shame, but
vultures. Very nice. A third vulture coming up. And a
but
second
if
factory.
a Zerg sunken is already made, I think that one vulture is unable to get through because the sunken will kill it before it can run by. Also, I don't think that making a bunker in that position is the right play because the Zerglings will just be able to attack it and it will make a very narrow hole for your for your units to move out later.
Yeah, I think this wall here. I don't know how you are supposed to do that, but it seems like pretty
So
hard to do it correctly.
Bete's also already starting Goliath production. He made an armory and is also going into vehicle plating, so very good. It's for a more aggressive play style against Mutas, but Zerg's also going into Hydraulic then, so he
Yeah,
most
he
likely
goes.
expects the Mac Terran.
Yeah, he's going straight to Hydralis then. With Evo, so definitely preparing for Hydro play here. And I think if the Terran doesn't know that such early den is coming, he could be in trouble later.
Oh,
Oh, it's
lurker
lurker.
aspect.
Lurker aspect. Okay, he's going for the lurkers. Let's see if we can get a contain here.
Well, well, well. Terran
This could.
doesn't seem to be building a starport or an academy, so and he's starting a third factory. A bit much for this stage in the game. I myself would most likely keep it at 2 until I move out.
And Zerg is taking the third base here, sneaking up. Volter.
Yep. Terran also scouting with a vulture really well.
Yeah, roaming around, seeing what's going on. I don't think he saw this yet. The third hatchery. So let's see what Zerg is going to do with
They're
this
lining up a
lurker
lot of
tech.
Goliaths, but he doesn't appear to be making an academy, so he won't be able to scan for the lurkers.
The Terran is supply
Which, as
blocked
you
for
might
now.
guess, isn't good.
He's a supply blocked and he's destroying one of the depots, so he will be supply blocked for quite a long time now. Cannot produce.
But that's also why I said that you don't make a bunker right there. If anything, you should put your damn, what was the barracks in that hole so the links won't be able to get through. So a really small move out. Usually you move out with at least 12 Goliaths, so
Yeah, he's going
6
back
wouldn't be
now.
able to do much. But Zerg doesn't have mutalisks, so I guess that it's acceptable. He doesn't know that though. Alright, starting starport, another factory.
Bubr
Complex
kurwa!
style teams.
Ja pierdolę jakie bydle! Bober!
And the first lurkers are out.
Thank you for the
At least I see
follow,
one enemy.
Bezonias. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And he has finally made a
Bubr
concept.
kurwa!
I
Ja
think
pierdolę
I
jakie
missed
bydle!
when he made that academy.
Bober!
Ah, there it is.
Thank you for the follow,
He
Beat.
just hid in the corner. Oh, that's a big lurker force.
Oh, let's see what happens here.
First few lurkers getting turned into ketchup, but effectively forcing the Terran back purely with their presence. Menacing aura.
Oh, my bot is blocking things again. I need to take a look at that some point. Sorry for that, Beat. Really sorry. What?
It seems that you left for some reason.
What happened?
I have no idea. Maybe it was some kind of internet disconnection. Maybe he just rage quit.
Yeah. Oh. So this was because there was the Bete DZ. So wait.
It's also just moving out. Alright, and the game. Oh. Oh.
What happened here?
I have honestly no idea. I think that he just left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zztyu just up and left.
Yeah, for no particular reason. Bizorias is saying that. Yeah, so beat DC from this game, okay?
Wait a second, I'm not looking at chat.
So I think this game was a win for Zztyu then, if beat DC, am I correct?
I have no idea what the DC is.
So because we have a third game in the series left, so I hope this was the second game of the series we just watched, and not the third one. Okay, because we need to see what happens on this.
If you have the games in numbers, it's usually able to be read a little bit purely by the order of the numbers.
Yeah.
But
so
if you have them in names and it's just constantly the same name, then I don't know. I myself, when saving a game, add a 1, 2, or 3 at the end, depending on which game it was.
So I guess we need to see the game 3 and see what happens there and see who is gonna take this. As this game ended up way too early for seemingly technical issues. So you guys said so yeah, Pete got DC and he agreed that Zztyu gets the win here. Okay. So because we need to see third game what happens there. Yeah. All right. Let's sorry. Let's get on with that. So the last game will be played on Radeon. To see who takes this series. It is going to be Pete or Zztyu.
That's a very valid point. I'm also interested. It seems that they would be relatively evenly matched, although I have a suspicion that Beat's also gonna win this one.
Yeah, let's see what happens. So yeah, spawning here at bottom side of the map, bottom left, Beat, the red Terran, and here at the top we have blue Zerg Zztyu. So let's see what happens in the third game. As last game ended up way too early. All of a sudden.
Also, just looking at the Overlord path, and I don't know, or at least don't remember which way the first expansion on Radion is. But
That's a good
if I, re-
question.
if I recall correctly, it should be done with the overlord like that, that you send them in the way that the expansion of the Terran next of the opponent you're playing would be next to you. So you have the kind of high ground cliff above which the overlord is currently flying.
Yeah,
You should land your overlord around there. So yes,
yeah, that's kind of the idea
the
how you're
expand
supposed to do the
the
overall scouting.
expansion is at the right side.
Yeah, so I think here, yeah, so the
But
overlord is
there is
now
also
flying
something
straight to
here at
main
the
base.
top. Wait a second. All right, yeah. Radion is the one with the triangle. Yes, just like Polestar.
Yeah, I'm really bad at the map knowledge. I should pay more attention to the maps when I start the games to know where you should play your overlords and stuff like that. Yeah. Um. So Zerg going for the 12 hatch opener.
I myself, honestly, am just not at the level to be able to correctly guess what's happening slash where to send what. So I just do what I usually do: scout everything.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Just got everything. I mean, don't miss anything.
Especially since Terran, I don't really think that as Terran we have a specific type of thing that we send an invisible or barely visible flying unit above the enemy base to see what's happening there.
Yeah.
Protoss has observers and Zerg has that first overlord, but I don't think that we as Terran have something like that. And if we do, then I might just be misremembering.
Yeah, I don't think you have. You have to do this initial scout with just CV.
Yeah.
Trust he does a good job on that. So few links coming up from the Zerg, and Terran has walled up this main ramp
Oh,
here.
manages to slip by the links. And the links surround the SCVs, so there is no scouting.
Yeah, I was looking elsewhere. Sorry about that. But yeah, this links get the scout. Can't see too much what's going on.
Oh, Terran's doing double starports.
Oh, yeah, I was suspicious because he was blocking this ramp. So what's going on? But yeah, this is two-port freight, right?
I do think so, yeah. I have personally never done two-port raids, but I've heard about it. And
Trust
ugh,
me, it works. If you're not prepared
I'm
for
at a
it, it
loss of
works.
words. I'm at a
Yeah.
loss of words.
So Terran is going for Hydrogen as the starter. Let's see what's okay. That's upgrade. So he's going for Hydra. So please with the upgrade.
Probably expects
So
Mech Terran again.
yeah, probably. But this is going to help him because Hydras are pretty good with against raids. So not a bad decision at all. He just needs to have overlords
Well,
here protecting.
they are a unit that shoots up. It's very hard for Link to jump up and bite a Wraith, don't you think?
Yeah.
So that's the advantage they have. They shoot, so they can hit the Wraiths.
Yeah. So now I'm not sure when Terran to take
First
them.
Wraith moving out. Not sure if you need to wait for 2 or 3 Wraiths or if you move your first Wraith immediately out.
Fred's here, sniping the first overlord here. Some Hydras are coming. So creep
It's
colonies.
basically the Terran equivalent of sending your Corsair to kill a few of the Overlords.
Yeah. And they have pretty nice damage. They take overlords down pretty quickly. Now he's sniping the drones. First Hydra up. Out here. trying to chase down these raids, but for Hydra without speed, it's not that easy.
And also not producing anything, a bit of a shame. Oh, he's starting to build a second command center and a add-on. But I would recommend he makes Cloak just for certainty to be able to
Ooh,
not be able
two
to be
initial
seen.
braids here. Now this is getting scary for Zerg. He doesn't have that much. He can now start morphing some spores, but he's losing quite a lot here. Okay, we have Scourges up. He's good.
Oh,
Deal
didn't
with
even
these
notice the
raids.
Scourge.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Gets them all. Nice. Clears all. And GG's gold.
GG.
Whoa. Are you supposed to GG after you lose your raids?
I am not sure, but Zerg does have a better economy, and Terran doesn't even have their first expansion with only 4 Marines. At least Bete has, so there is a very good possibility that he would GG after it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Zerg was ahead in the game, countering the raids and having rose money and stuff like that. So it was a nice counter. Like, I'm not sure if he
Wait, does this
saw it
mean
was
that?
going to be portraits, but he countered it nicely.
But wait, does it mean that Zztyu won the race wars at least this series?
Yes, that means Zhu won 2-1.
Well, I really didn't expect that to happen.
If I'm not
I
mistaken.
honestly didn't.
Because if beat
But
DC in the second
let's
game.
look at there's a fourth game. Just
Let
for
me check
certainty.
here. I can confirm this quickly here. Yes, Zhu won 2-1. Yes, so this DC game was Zhu won that too. So yeah, Zhu won 2-1 in this series. Yeah. Well played both. Nice games.
Well
Every game was a bit different. So yeah. We have the first series played, and it's time to move on to the second one, which is Quim versus ManiacBen.
both of these players, if I recall correctly, are already of a bit higher rank and skill, so
Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen here.
yeah. I think there's a lessons to learn. I think yeah, these both players are pretty higher level, so expect to see some good
But I also
StarCraft here.
just noticed something. Beats played every game with a slightly different style. First game was Bio, second game was Mech Terran, third game was like two-port Wraith. So he basically went ground, mech, and air. The kind of tech progression that Terran normally has, just through 3 games.
Yeah. So definitely some variety from beat side. That's nice to have different build orders you can execute and makes a good series. Was nice to see him play Bio too, as I have seen him just play mech before, so it was something new for me. Really nice. GTs. It's time to move on to the next game. First match in series Quim versus ManiacBen, so let's go. And the map, of course, again is Polestar as the starter map of the series. Go ahead, you can go and introduce our players here.
As playing as the blue Terran in the top right corner, we have Quim, while at the bottom left corner, at playing as the red Zerg, we have ManiacBen. I myself don't really have all that much experience with both of those players. I think I saw some games from Ben being casted before, but I haven't really played against him, so I'm not sure. As for Quim, we've casted his games already once before when we were casting the Pro Tour tournament. He went Mech Terran back then, so let's see if he does this. Let's see if he does anything different this time.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, what we have seen, Quim is pretty solid Terran player, so we could expect some great solid play from him. And
Also
ManiacBen
comes
should be really
casually with a
strong
500
Zerg.
APM.
Whoa. I would love to see like really long bio game from bio versus Zerg game. Would love to see that, but let's see what happens in this game.
Not to say that would indeed be very interesting.
For me, it is. There's a lot, a
Long
lot for me to
TVC
learn on that
games
matchup.
do
So
long TVC games do indeed tend to be turn pretty interesting,
yeah,
purely because of all of that, all of what happens. Just Terran trying to expand, Zerg expanding everywhere, constant clashes of armies, higher and higher tech. It is, in my opinion, one of the more interesting matchups that you can come across.
yeah, and Quim opening with 2 Raxes here. So are we looking for some early aggression? 2 Rax push from
Quite
Terran.
possibly, yes.
Yeah, while ManiacBen went
Normally he'd
for
make a
12
second
hatch.
racks after a while, but he immediately started making 2 racks, so it's most likely some kind of a very early aggression.
Oh, there's some sound issues. Let me check if I can.
Quim's also starting a refinery. But that's one hell of a type of play. I honestly don't know what to expect from here.
Meanwhile, Zerg taking the 3rd hatchery at the main. Destroying the refinery blocking. So we can start mining gas too. So yeah, we have Academy coming up in here in the corner from the turns, so we should expect.
Ben did a good job by killing that scouting SUV. I remember that back in the day when I was a much worse player, hell, in NSL 7 it was. One time I was playing a TVC and I scouted the Zerg, but I couldn't get the SCV out because there was already a fully made sunken right outside. So I just went up and made a barracks in the top of the Zerg base and started producing fire bats out of it. Game's also
Oh,
starting to
I
make
hope the sound
a
is good.
factory and has an academy almost finished. This is quite possibly 2 racks academy rush.
Yeah, most probably. He's there taking the factory now, though. Behind this, some links trying to cause some checking on the ramp. So sorry, I'm trying to adjust if I can get my microphone higher. If it was pretty low. Oh, maybe it's better now.
Quim has a pretty late CC though. He still hasn't started it yet. He is already taking into Starport though.
Meanwhile, some
I
Sunken's
get
coming
it
up
that
from
one.
Zerg, preparing for this push coming up. Which the Ling saw that there's something cooking on the Terran base.
But I know that the Terran, he made a voucher for certainty. Even normally, when playing again, when doing a half kind of rush, you usually get your CC at most at the 30 supply. Quim's already at 42 and still hasn't started this expansion.
And yeah, he has a starport coming up behind this too, so really
Yeah, I
excited to
also
see what
noticed that.
is he going
He's
for.
also starting a science facility.
Yeah, so one base checking coming up.
Honestly, one base stack is something that not even I would dare to try, purely because I get out macroed in every single way. Don't get me wrong, in campaign I'm pretty good at just sitting on one base and killing the enemy from within, but here when we're playing player against player, one base play isn't really the type of thing you normally do.
Yeah, but Terran can be really scary with just one base. So let's see what
True
he
enough.
goes
Also,
for with this.
Terran's
So
starting
vessel
a
coming up
machine
already.
shop on his factory.
Yeah, and we have a vessel.
Yeah, well, Zerg just finished mutinying a spire and is evolving metabolic boost. Oh, damn! 5 Sunkens!
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a feeling that I know what's going to happen over here. The 7 mutas are a little bit misleading, quite possibly.
yeah.
I don't know,
I
maybe
think
I'm just forgetting something.
because he saw there's some two racks push coming up, so he just made Sunkens to be secure because he was probably not sure how strong of a force is going to attack
Normally,
here.
3 Sunkens would be enough to push back any early game push.
Yeah,
When moving out with that small army, you just move out to force the Zerg to make those additional 2 Sunkens.
yeah. He forced quite a lot of Sunkens now. Now the mute is coming to the base.
Normally you don't force to make 5 Sunkens. 5 Sunkens is a bit overkill.
These mutas can't do too much here, as Terran is pretty well prepared.
Alright,
And
Quim's finally starting to build a CC at 53 supply.
yeah, and he has tech ready, so he just needs the money now, and he can start producing.
Also, Ben's expanding to bottom right, taking the main, and evolving the lurker aspect.
Yes, so he's following up this display with the lurkers and perhaps the defiler play after
Nothing against
that.
our previous 2 players, but we're only at 8 minutes and already a lot more has happened than the previous game.
Yeah, that's been a pretty action-packed game. I like that. And something different too, as we saw this one base tech coming from the Terran before he even expanded. So
And is
Zerg,
also attacking into siege tanks, researching siege mode. I think he managed to scan the Hydra then, so he's expecting either just Hydras or Lurkers. Most likely both.
yeah. Yeah, this could be like a Lurker Hydra style for now, which I'm not that great executing. I just usually go the standard
Also,
way.
Quim just has very good third placing. They can possibly get in a little bit in the way of a good Sim City, but just the spacing that they have and the area that they cover is really nice. Although if the Muras manage to sneak through the top side, they would probably be able to just snipe a few SCVs if they kept themselves in the top right corner. Also, Quim's moving out.
Yeah, I'm just following this. Let's see. getting ready to contain the entrance of
I
the
mean,
natural
In the
here.
meantime, Ben also sending a few mutas over, most likely for some muta harassment.
Yeah, they are waiting here outside the base. Zerg decides to move out a bit. Try to get the tank down, couldn't do that. D-Matrix up and running here. So now Terran is containing Zerg here. Trying to slowly
The
push
muta flock
down
also
these
flying
Cinders.
in for to quite possibly kill a few of those marines.
Ooh, he gets the vessel down.
Ooh.
Whoa, that was a good pick. Really helpful here. And now two actions going here. He gets the
Ben
siege.
does only have 2 lurkers, so the fact that and he manages to clear the whole
Yeah,
roof. I
that's
was just about to say
really.
that Ben only has 2 lurkers, so he probably won't be able to repel it all that well, but he managed to absolutely crush that.
Yeah, really well played. Attacking from both sides. Picking up the vessel and siege tank with the mutas. Really nice. So now Zerg should be safe for quite a while time to do his stuff here. More hatcheries coming up. Getting the turret up and running. Maybe trying to get some SCVs here with the mutas.
I do think that that's the case.
Yeah, he's harassing here. The
Oh,
natural mineral line while Terran is moving out. Now he needs to do decision. Continues to push
maybe it's
towards
just
the
because
third.
the mutas shot out of sync. All of the mutas just get splattered.
Yeah, he has 6 left now. But I think he got quite amount of SCVs with that attack. Now Terran
Not
starts to
sure why
bombard
he's-
this third location here with vessel and tanks.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he was
Not
moving
sure
out
why
while.
Ben only moved that small flock of mutas over there. If he'd sent the whole group, he could have maybe killed those turrets.
Link's coming up here now. And he gets the tanks. I think he does.
Oh,
Yeah, he
tanks
gets a
getting
both of the
overrun.
tanks. Quim deciding to move out here now. Pushing to the third.
Single lurker also just managed to kill 4 to 5. Now, I think even 6 people. Just with a single lurker shot. Also, nice radiate on mutas.
Yeah. Pushes his back though. Didn't lose anything here at third. So he manages to save this. More forces coming up from Quim here. That's chasing down these
Quim's
vessels.
also starting a third. At the 12 o'clock base.
So we are seeing a
do
lot
think
of
it
action
would be best
happening
if
here
it's
now.
sent at
And
least-
yeah, Quim moving again for the third. Just passed by here. This third could be in trouble now. Link's coming up to defend. Let's see what can he do here.
There's also starting a Nidus canal over at the main to send reinforcements. Some creep colonies just going down all around to make a few songs for defense. But I do think that this third will fall.
Yeah,
It just isn't
it looks really
reinforcing for
bad
that
right
Nidus
now.
canal.
Not a lot of reinforcements coming here, so I think he will lose this third. Nice move out from Quim. Marines with
also
still so
just
strong.
smashes that small army, and the GG has been called.
Yeah, GG. Yeah, losing that third really hurts. Quim managed to push, take it down. Really action-packed game from the very beginning.
Indeed, it was. Also, a pretty irregular game. There are quite a few things that I wasn't expecting to happen.
Yeah, the one base tech play from Quim was really interesting to see. He went
Yeah, it
straight
was.
to up to vessel tech, which is one base.
Well, shall we move on to the next game?
2003 TVZ. Okay. So Queen went for old style there. So that's how it was played back in the days. Okay, nice to know. Okay, let's run this second game of this series.
All right.
So ManiacBen picked Death Valley as the second map for this series. This is interesting map. I think pretty hard to understand, at least for me. I think this is the one with chasers blocking up the ramp, and the third that is blocked with the minerals, if I'm not totally mistaken about the map. So it's a really interesting map.
I have honestly no idea. It does appear that the first base or the third is being blocked by minerals. I don't see anything about the Vespine geysers. First time ever hearing about this map, or even seeing it for that matter.
Yeah,
I've played on quite a few maps, but I've never played on this one.
I've played on this quite amount of times. Really interesting map. Here at the bottom, ManiacBen playing as the... Yes, there's the geysers. I was not
Yes.
totally incorrect. ManiacBen at the bottom playing as the red Zerg, and top as the blue Terran, Quim.
But I do also think
Oh,
that
I'm
there
not
was a
streaming the game.
four-player.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh my god.
Oh.
So here's the game. Thank you for noticing. So yeah, this is the map with geysers here at the ramp, and the natural is blocked by the minerals.
But I do
I
also
mean, the
think that
third is blocked
there
by the
was
minerals.
yeah. But if I recall correctly, there is also a four-player map with a similar mechanic with two geysers blocking the entrance.
Yeah, there was map
Yeah,
like that. Desert map too.
and the minerals also blocking the third. So you were also correct about that.
Yeah, I don't remember what was the map's name, but it's not too long time
Oh,
ago when we played
I
that.
don't remember it either. It's also a pretty old map from what I remember. I think I saw it on the Artosis cast on the video from quite a few years ago.
So overpool opener for Zerg here.
I may be mistaking pros, but I think that there was at least one game between Flash and Bisu on here. One of them going BCs. Damn, those are old memories.
Yeah. I have
So one
really
thing I've
bad
always
memory. I don't remember. Can't recall really what game was played on what map.
I also have a pretty bad memory,
Yeah.
but I always wondered those Vespine geysers, you can heal you can destroy the assimilators to be able to block the way, kind of. But
Yeah.
I've always wondered if you can also build refineries on them after you destroy the assimilators, because it says depleted, and but if you destroy the assimilator, there should be a geyser underneath, and technically, when you're at a loss for Vespine, you can just make a CC very close to this and make 2 refineries that will make,
I don't.
even though with just a few Vespine per round, they will also still be making Vespines because it's unending in the StarCraft Brood War.
Yeah, I don't remember if they turn out to be mineable if you destroy them. I don't remember.
I have never played on this map, so I don't know either.
I've never. I don't
Also, it
think
appeared
I've
that there
never
was
tried
a
to destroy
Legolas
them.
from Ben.
Yeah,
In the meantime that we were talking.
squeezing in, but Terran managed to clear this out. It's really annoying to try to come from this narrow area here.
Terran
Really.
also immediately going for a factory, so I think we'll be seeing a little bit of mech over here.
Let's see if that's the case. Bunker coming up. He's mining pretty hardly. He has
So
already
what's up
400
with,
gas.
also one thing, what's up with Quim taking with Quim taking the Vespine geyser of Ben by trying to make a refinery and then quitting?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
So we
I
see
know that.
some gas blocking
I know
even
that
in TVC.
Protoss do it.
Yeah, I
I
know
know
it's a
that Protoss do it.
yeah, it's a thing in
I
TVP. Yeah, don't see that often in TVC. But it's quite
I would
annoying if you are
expect.
if you are going for early gas like in 12 hats or something and
I
it
would.
gets blocked. It's
I
really
would
annoying.
expect
Delays you.
the Zerg to take the Terran extractor because the Zerg extractor is, I think, only costs 25 minerals apiece, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah,
And they also build automatically, just like the Protoss assimilators do. So, what's the problem with that? I get the Zerg would be stealing the gas, but they don't do that.
yeah,
But
because you.
somehow Quip's managing to steal the Zerg's gas,
But
even though
yeah,
Terran refineries don't build themselves.
but I mean, if you're going for early gas and it gets blocked, it's really annoying because you will be delayed. Your build will be delayed because you are not mining gas when you are supposed to mine it.
Fair.
Because after all, if you want to do something else
So
than
Quim just
rings,
having
you
mass.
need
Oh,
gas.
Quim also made a Wraith. 1 port Wraith.
Oh,
Continuing to mech style play.
yeah. So is this one like? Ain't this like 1-1-1 build? What we are seeing here? If I'm not completely incorrect,
I honestly don't know.
I think this is
I
1-1-1.
don't really have. I don't really have all that much experience with whatever the hell is happening here.
Some TVZ action happening here. Taking down this
The Wraith
Azurat with the
casually just
Freights.
sniping the overlords because there are no Hydras.
And now he's
Spider just on
blocked.
the way.
Really annoying to see this. Being supply blocked as Zerg really hurts. Because you cannot literally do anything. Produce any kind of
Being
units.
supply blocked in every race is just annoying.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it.
Yeah. I'm looking at this with the Zerg point of view as a Zerg player.
Oh, the Overlord just popped.
Oh, did we see? Yes, drop ship with 4 vultures, so he's going for a drop now. He's really
Oh, geez.
throwing.
Also, Zergling run by in the meantime.
Yeah, now gets cleared. But
He's
yeah,
so
Quim really
busy
throwing
taking in everything.
all kinds of stuff
He's
here.
so busy taking in everything that's happening. But in the meantime, more things are continuing to happen.
Yeah. So there's still
Valkyries
a Wraith on the
being
Zerg
made to
base.
drop you with 4 vultures.
We have a drop coming with Fred harassing. So let's see if.
Also, Quim making a Valkyrie for some reason. Well, not per se for some reason. From what I know, Valkyries are pretty good against Mutas, but
Yeah, this.
just the sheer amount of different things he's doing in this one game.
Yeah, he's really throwing everything. at the Zerg right now.
Yes.
Vulture's doing a lot of damage here. Oh my god, run drones, run!
Oh,
Oh, he's getting so many drones here with his vultures. Really got surprised a bit here with that drop.
and the vultures sadly get surrounded.
So he
Quim also
now he
finally
has like
starting to
9 drones
expand.
left. 12 drones now. Lost a lot.
While Terran's being at 32 SCVs, Quim's also starting to expand.
Yeah, mining up. Open this pathway here. We start mining on that.
Well, he's already floating a command center over, so he
Yeah.
technically doesn't need to do that, but it's great for reinforcements.
But ManiacBen is getting hunts of this and he's actually here near the third. Ready to attack. Hydra is going to see really soon what's going on in here. So this is the problem with this third because there's other way
So Quim
inside
has
there,
two
so you need to
dropships
defend
at
this
this
location
point.
too. Can he get this third?
The CC also gets surrounded, most likely gonna die in a second.
Yeah, really nice attack here from ManiacBen, denying this third, actually a second base from happening,
Yeah,
delaying the Terran a bit. And he has replenished some of
Quim
the
has
drones
just
meanwhile.
generally shown really good versatility by being able to get to this point, being able to hold off Ben while still only being on one base.
Yo, Ronin, what's
So I
up?
don't think that the delay is gonna hurt him all that much.
Yeah. So now he gets the second up and running. Having some vultures, tanks. So definitely mech play here coming now.
Quim's also doing a vulture scouting party.
Ooh, that Hydras will just walk by these vultures. Now they can dive in. Oh,
Ooh,
just barely missed these
let's see
vultures.
how many drones they will kill this time.
Oh, can these Hydras clear this? I don't think so. Oh. He has more. 2 vultures going here. 1 here. He will quit.
Oh, and he doesn't notice the 2 vultures that have slipped into this main.
Oh.
And Ben has quit.
Yeah.
No GG is called.
Oh, Quim really throw all kinds of stuff at Zerg this game. Just stuff after
It
stuff.
was a wild game, not gonna lie. He made units that would consist of at least 3 different build orders in one game from 2 bases.
Yeah. So Ronin Zerg got harassed quite a bit here in this game, so it delayed Zerg from taking the third and taking up. So
Okay.
he got a vulture drop earlier in this game.
Oh wait, you're already in the next game. Oh shit. I was still looking at the previous vid. Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. But the next game is Genesis versus Rennac. Why are we talking about Ronin?
Oh, I was just explaining to Ronin what's happened in the game because he was asking why we are on 2 base. If he was wondering why Zerg was on 2 base, I'm not sure. And yeah, that's Zerg got harassed quite hardly on that game.
Yes.
I will grab a drink real quickly. We can continue after that. So
Yeah,
be right back.
I'll also just grab a drink.
Silence is loud here. I'm back. Grabbing something to drink. So we have one more series to go today. The DBZ Race Wars Clash. So far the situation is tie as Zztyu beat up
Alright, let's just
Pete
step back.
2-1 and Quim managed to take down ManiacBen 2-0. So this next series will seal the deal which race takes this series. Is going to be the Zergs or the Terran? Let's see. So Cinders, are you ready to watch one more series?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
And I have a feeling that what's gonna happen next is also gonna be pretty interesting. I know Genesis from the previous NSL, and I think he is partially a random player, so he has a wide arsenal of builds up his sleeve. While Rennac, I haven't really heard play or seen again or seen his games, so I'm interested in what he's gonna pull out.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen Rennac play before too. I've not watched too much of the games on this server, but it's nice to cast these and we get to know these players a bit more. So let's see what happens here. Genesis 7 versus Rennac. Let's go. The final series for the racial domination here. So spawning at bottom left of this map, which is again, of course, Polestar as the starter map. It's Genesis 7, and here at the top position of the map, top left, Rennac as the red Zerg.
Oh, from what I'm already seeing, Rennac is scouting with the Overlord at the proper side that he should scout.
Yeah.
Not per se that that's where the town is located, but that's already a thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, I just actually learned that recently that you're supposed to do the scouting so you reach the nearest natural as soon as possible to see what's going on in here. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, again. Didn't show you the game screen. Sorry guys. Bad streamer here. Well, you didn't miss anything yet. So yeah. Rennac scouting to the right position. And Terran doing Terran things, building supply depot and barracks. So don't think at this point we cannot
All
yet tell
seems
what he's
pretty
going for.
standard up to now.
But he's looking to block the ramp here. Does that tell something for us?
I am not sure, but based on what we saw from Bete at his last game, there is a chance that this will be two-port raid, especially since Genesis is already starting to make a refinery.
Yes, looks really suspicious here. As Zerg is, yeah, he's doing a 12 hatch build here, followed by pool and gas, so pretty standard opener from Zerg. Let's see if he gets the hunch of this, what is going on in the Terran base. The workers meet here, high five. So I think they are reaching the bases quite the same time as Rennac now slowly approaching the Terran base, and well, Zerg is gonna know about Terran earlier than Genesis is going to know about Rennac.
Alright, Genesis immediately starting a factory.
Why delay? Why delay when you can do it now? Do it now, build the factory, and the ramp is blocked. Ramp is blocked. So for me as a Zerg player, if I see this, I come here with a drone and everything is blocked. It immediately like pulls alarm in my head. Like, what is going on? What are you doing in there? What do you
Wouldn't
not
surprise me.
want me to see? So
But
this,
that is indeed a very good point. If there is a full wall at the enemy base, it most likely means that there is something cheesy gonna be happening.
yeah, it's something he doesn't want to show. But he's taking expansion now.
Oh, I have a feeling that this may just be normal mech style. Because he's going Vulture, he's going into Expand, so not
So
really too portraits. Oh, and an armory! I think we'll be seeing some good old mech Terran from this game.
so that was like little tricks here, blocking the ramp. So little
Mind
psychological
games.
trick where Zerg needs to think of what's going on. Now the links are coming here, and he's going to see that there's an actually expansion coming up, not to portrait. And for Zerg,
And Terran's also making
we
an add-on.
have Spire coming up now, so Zerg going
And
for
the
the
second
Spire.
factory, alright. Everything seems pretty as standard as it can get with mech Terran. I wouldn't say standard, but mech Terran isn't really standard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's two types of players. Um, those who like to go mech style and those who like to go bio style. At least at the lower ranks, I think you kind of decide which style you want to play when you start to learn Terran. But
Could be quite possible. Thing is with Bioterran, as I've already said before, it's very micro heavy. Micro and macro heavy. If you can't do that well, then you'd better not try playing Bioterran because you will most likely get overrun.
yeah, I'd
Everything see
rather,
everything seems pretty standard for Genesis. Engineering bay a little bit late.
yeah,
I don't think it'll manage to cause a lot of problems. Also, Lancer rockets being made by Charon boosters. Sorry,
so the
wrong name.
meters coming
Charon
up
boosters
now.
being made for Terran.
For Zerg, quite on time, around 6 minutes. I think that's good timing for meters to come out. No turrets up yet. Let's see when turns. Okay, he starts to build the turrets now. So both players have really good timings on this.
Well,
Also,
it is a
Terran of
pretty
course has
tight
collides
timing.
too.
As when I play against Ronin, for example, he already has Muras up at around 6 minutes, and they start flocking around my base so he can start the Mura micro.
Yeah, he's just so now still on the base, waiting. Probably no reinforcements coming. Just one
And this
more
is also
Muda.
adding 2 extra factories.
So more Goliaths. Well, one has the machine shop, so let's see what
It
upgrade
does
comes from
most.
that.
Oh, and another factory. But it does most likely mean that it means more Goliaths.
I
There's a
think there's
slight
too many
chance that
Goliaths for
he will
just to
try to
actually
go
build them.
way more late game with the amount of factories he's already making.
Let's see, can get some SCVs here. God, Goliaths are
Unfortunately, Natural
annoying.
not finished yet. Sees the Goliaths, although production on them stops for a second, and there it goes again.
So meanwhile, Zerg taking the third here, almost actually finished. So yeah,
Jeez,
let's
Genesis
see.
already starting to make 6 factories well being on 4. It's not even 8 minutes in.
Some more mutas coming up from the Zerg.
Some pretty heavy macro over here. So vehicle plating being researched. Relatively standard from what I know.
So let's see what style Zerg goes here. Because does he go for heavier media play as like we saw Varu do one day, or is he going to switch to the Hydras anytime soon?
Well, he is researching Burrow.
That's good upgrade. That's really great upgrade that I always forget to do. Really helps in many things. Protecting drones if they get attacked, or you can even just burrow some links on the map, and that's like a pre-scouting for you. You see the move outs and stuff like
That's
that.
quite a few Goliaths that Genesis already has there. We're at 9 minutes, and he has technically enough Goliaths to move out, and he's still producing more. There might be a chance that this is going to be a kind of all-in. And if not, it means that he just has good enough skill to be able to produce that many Goliaths in such a short time.
So he's moving out with the Goliaths now. Let's see. So what is like the common timing on mech play when you want to move out?
You want to move out when you have at least 13 Goliaths, which in my case is around the 10-minute mark.
Yeah,
seems I think that that's a pretty good benchmark.
So yeah, he's quite on time here.
We're 10 minutes in, and this guy has at least 1.5 control groups of Goliaths, if not 2.
So meanwhile, he's preparing to attack on the third. Mutas went in the Terran base, picking up some
I do think that if Genesis moves with those Goliaths to attack, that he'll be able to crush the Zerg base.
And yeah, from Zerg we see this more muta heavy approach versus mech style, as he hasn't have even Hydrogen up yet, so he's just relying on mutas for now. And this of course forces Terran to do more Goliaths and delay siege tank production.
But still, that's a whole lot of Goliaths he got there. Also, Genesis is starting a third.
Now we have first tank out from the...
And he has more supply than the Rennac, so I do think that Rennac is a little bit behind.
Yeah, well, his army consists only of mutas, which are, of course, pretty expensive units.
True enough.
His drone count is really nice,
manages to snipe the tank.
He has 41 drones, and drone has 44 SCVs, so really nice macro from Zerg.
Good point. But I do think that Genesis will be starting his siege very soon. Good third placement, still on 6 factory. Starting to make Starport. Zaraz. Widzisz, że teraz coś robię? Sorry for that.
Zerg.
Genesis also sniping most of the Terran expansion.
Yeah, he's doing really great damage here on the third.
But Genesis will be sieging those sunken colonies very soon. He already moved his tank into position.
Yeah, he's preparing for the attack.
And there goes down the siege mode.
Muta's flying in for attack. Oh, I think he needs to run away, yes. Really
They're
can't.
sniping tank again.
There's this much Goliaths.
But with this amount of Goliaths, Genesis would just be able to move in and kill those Sunkens without all that much problems. Although I do agree that that's quite a lot of mutas.
Yeah. We need to see the what happening because yeah, that's quite a lot of mutas. I don't think Genesis can just walk in here just like that.
Yeah, with the two Sunkens still being alive, it would indeed be a little bit tricky, especially if a pincer manages to hit him.
Okay, it's moving out now. We're just moving out. Let's see how this fight goes. Looks pretty bad for
I
the
do think that
Zerg.
this is pretty one-sided at this point.
Yeah, Goliaths are just too strong, man. Now some Hydras
Well,
reinforcing here too.
their strongness usually gets neutralized by their jank pathing.
I think this, yeah, GT is Goliath.
And the GG is called.
Goliath army just bit too big to Zerg to handle, which is Mutas. He had Hydra Tech coming up, but he was relying doing just Mutas for a really long time here.
Yeah,
And
I think that the fact that he went only mutas really managed to hurt him.
yeah, I mean, there's
Outside of that, I don't think there is much to comment on. Only the fact that Genesis really managed to nail his macro on those Goliaths really well. But yeah, let's move on to the
yeah,
next
I
game.
think this the window when Mutas are effective. That's a certain window, and after the window closes, you need to transition to Hydras to back up and to be able to defend.
I don't know the exact timing, or at least don't remember the exact timing in minutes, but the point at which you stop making mutas because they just aren't effective anymore is around when Terran already has a few Valkyries or just vessels with irradiate. As soon as they come out, you usually start to stop making mutas because they'll just get irradiated or splashed by the missiles.
Yeah, but it's a really cool style to just defend off with Mutas. It's like you gotta do two decisions. You can just go for this earlier transition to Hydras, or you can stay longer, which is Muta. Both options totally viable. Yeah, but yeah,
Right. Ronan is
unfortunately,
also
at some
giving
point
some
you need
really
to switch.
also in the chat. Ronan is giving some pretty good information about what's happening and the specified timings that I was talking about.
Yeah, really good info. Thanks for that, man. I'm not always that great with specific timings and stuff you are
Me
actually
neither. I
supposed
mean,
to do. I just play the game.
I know the general gist of things, but when it comes to specific timings and shit, I'm really bad at it. So we share that.
We just love StarCraft, man. We want to play it and cast it.
What
I
do you
hope
mean we
the
lost StarCraft?
love. We love StarCraft, of course we do.
Ah, I understood last StarCraft. I
Sorry.
thought for a moment that you were kicked out.
Uh,
I thought that you were kicked out of BattleNet for some reason.
Sorry for bad pronunciation. Okay, we have one more man. No, one more. No. What am I was saying? Let's see how many matches there are in this series. So
5.
yeah, I see there's a 5 matches here in the series. So Chance is leading now 1-0 versus Rennac. Let's see what happens in the next game. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, get on with that.
Let's.
Go ahead, introduce the players.
Alright, we're playing on Deja Vu in the top right corner. As the red Zerg playing, we have Rennac. And in the bottom left, playing as the blue Terran, we have Genesis.
Nice, and I almost missed to change the game window again. Oh, streaming is hard, man. I hope the cast is good though, and I hope you have enjoyed your time here with us. Thank you for joining, and let's see what happens in this next game on the DVZ Race Wars. So let's see what Zerg decides to do. That's the alert here.
This time starting a supply depot at the entrance to his natural.
Oh, I really do hope this is indicating he's going to for bio style. I want to see some bio versus Zerg game. Lately, so many mech plays. A lot of mech style Terrans. Let's see.
Well, with the sheer damage that Zerg can put out at these stages of the game, it doesn't really surprise me that most Terran don't go bio, because bio is fragile, and especially at the lower ranks, it's hard because, as I said, you need good macro and micro to be able to pull it off well. Otherwise, you'll just fall over and die because Zerg will manage to overflow you with enemies.
Trust me, it's not easy on the other side either. I find the like mid and late game where you have to manage so many units, like Zerglings, Defilers,
Oh, yeah,
Lurkers,
mid
Scourges,
to late
everything.
game
It's
also
hard, man. It's hard to manage
I
everything.
completely understand. I'm also far from good with spells, so at late games where Zerg needs to spam Plague and Dark Swarm and manage his Scourge well, I completely understand that it can be pretty hard to manage it all. I myself also rarely ever get into the late game because I either try to end it before and either I win or fail at that. Because late game, I just don't have the micro capacity to be able to move and actively command all my units at the same time.
Yeah, it's really hard, man. Lately I've tried to learn that stuff more because before I just tried to find the easier way out, do some sort of lurker bust or something to win the game. But you cannot delay the stuff too long. You have to learn.
I'm not sure if I remember it correctly, for it being you, but I remember Ronan saying, last time we were playing that, well, he's generally trying to get me to play Protoss because my Terran is far from good. And he told me a story that I think it was even you that you just proxy gated in the middle of the map and almost, if not just simply won.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we will. I think if we were playing random versus random, I got Protoss, and I was like, okay, what I do as a Protoss? Okay, let's build 2 gates in the middle of the map. Yeah, I have no.
Well,
I'm not good with other races. Barely can play Zerg. So later coming up
I
with the
can say the
Zerg.
same thing. I can barely play Terran, and my other races are even worse.
So we have 6 lings moving here near the wall, scouting a bit, seeing that there's a wall in here.
Also, Genesis starting to make a double armory factory with add-on.
Yeah, double armory. So is this is for mech stuff, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So mech style
I
again.
myself tend to also go double armory, just not immediately. I tend to go factory, armory, and then most likely second factory, and then the second armory, because you usually don't have the resources to go double upgrades at this point of the game. But this time he has only one factory and instead double armory for double upgrades.
Yeah, we have
Understandably,
spinning
because
wheels here on
I
the
I
armory,
also
so
tend I also
double.
tend to just go double armory purely because of the fact that I'm convinced that upgrading your units is good.
Yeah,
No one
that's
can convince me otherwise.
yeah, that's good. And when you forget to upgrade, that's not good. Which happens to me a lot. I just fall behind on upgrades. Yeah, so yeah, it's
Oh,
super important
I
to.
also tend to forget it. I get to +1 and possibly +2 very quickly. But after that, I completely forget to make +3.
Yeah, when the game transitioned to this mid game and there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to manage. I
So
tend to
Genesis
usually
starting
forget my
Goliath
upgrades.
production and making second factory.
A lot of mutas we have now. We have 4 mutas and 3 more coming up. So stacking up this muta pile here on Terra Zerg player.
Zerg
Preparing
also
for
making
attack.
Evo Chamber at the hidden macro hatch.
Yeah, this is a really nice thing to do. Just try to hide your third hatch on the
Well, it's not per
main.
se a third, it's just a macro hatch.
Yeah, macro hatch. Are we going crazy, Zerg?
I don't think
Let's
so,
see
as
what.
there is only
Okay,
one
this
sunk colony.
Carapace upgrade coming, so potentially, yeah, crazy Zerg. He's taking Carapace here.
Could be possible.
Yeah. So it could be crazy Zerg
Also,
versus
Terran
Mech.
Genesis going 3 factory plus starport. Will this be upgrade Terran against Zerg? No, is that what I'm seeing?
Sorry, say again.
Are we seeing upgrade Terran against Zerg? Upgrade Terran is a really old PvT playstyle, or at least PvP playstyle, where you just make a little less factories and spam out upgrades so that you have a upgrade advantage on your enemy.
Probably, yeah.
I've never done it myself as it's a PvP playstyle, and I usually just go siege expand. Yeah, he's doing science facility. If not for the fact that he's going Goliath, I would be pretty convinced that this is simply way upgrade Terran.
Yeah,
Quite a
looks.
few Marines out there.
Yeah, he started second upgrades already. +2 armor and attack. So yeah, he's going really heavy on these upgrades early on.
But he's switching into vultures. Maybe he was just low on gas, but
Or
right
maybe
now
he's suspecting something from Zerg's side. Because Vulture and Mines
I
are really great
honestly have
against
no
Ultras.
idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Terran has scouted on Zerg's side, but maybe he's assuming some sort of crazy Zerg style
I
coming up.
don't think that he has scattered all that much. He scattered at the beginning of the game, but after that, he didn't scan because he doesn't have academy. Or he's making an academy right now, and he
Let's
hasn't
see.
sent an SCV.
Zerg is doing more mutas here. Throning up. Third coming up. Let's see what he goes next. Are we going to see the big guys out anytime soon?
Oh,
Is this a drop
Zerg
upgrade?
still doesn't have a hive,
Oh, it's a speed
nor
upgrade,
a
sorry.
queen's nest for that matter.
A lot of idle SCVs here waiting to be commanded.
Alright, Genesis started Goliath production again. I think those few vultures were just for scouting.
Yeah, they're good scouting units.
They also completely dodged my attention that Rennac already has a third base, although it's not really set up for mining as of yet.
Yeah, but
Just
a
sending
lot
out a
of
few
drones now
drones.
reinforcing here, starting to mine. So he's at 42 drones now. Nice.
But as I said, I don't think we'll be seeing Crazy Zerg here because there is still only one sunken colony. There is no Queen's Nest or Hive,
And yeah,
and he's constantly just making muras.
and he
Right, I see
started
a
to
Hydralisk then.
range upgrade now from the Evo Chambers and Hydrodens. So probably just transitioning to Hydra.
Also, just absolutely crazy saturation from Genesis on his two bases. And Genesis is starting a third. Well, well, well.
Well. So he started. Zerg started the heavy media style again, but now I think he's switching to Hydra production slowly. Don't think he's going for
Genesis
yeah.
does have a more mixed style of units this time, but he's still going for a move out.
See, it's scary. He has
Still,
+2 armor upgrades, so these Goliaths are really scary now.
if 2-2-2 on those Goliaths, that really hurts.
Yeah,
And the thing is with the Hellfire missile packs that the Goliaths have, they shoot two missiles, right? Each missile does individual damage, the base 10 damage, because shoots two, so 20 damage. But then the upgrades also go to each individual missile. So each missile does about 80 damage.
that's crazy, man.
So this, at least if I understood that well, I remember that I watched a video about it quite some time ago. And there is a chance that I understood that a little bit wrong, but there is a serious chance that this one Goliath can deal 40 damage per attack.
So you're saying that each missile does 28 damage now, and not single attack.
Not 28 damage. The missiles are split. The Goliath shoots two missiles, although there is indeed a chance that both missiles do 28 damage. And if that's the case, there is a really high chance that those muras are fucked.
Yeah,
Although
can be.
if I understood that wrong, then there is just a chance that each missile does 20 damage, or at
And
least 18 in this case, just to round it up.
yeah,
So still, the Goliaths do 40 damage in total.
and he has a third upgrade halfway already, so he's gonna be on 3-3 real soon.
I think he's planning to move out slash attack right as he hits that 3-3 timing.
Yeah, so this is some sort of timed, fully upgraded push. Sounds scary.
15 minutes, 14 minutes in, and almost fully upgraded units, that is indeed quite well. Also, just another full army stacked at his front entrance, most likely for counterattacks.
So both players here playing really passively, just checking up, macroing up, waiting for the phase where they start to attack each other.
And Genesis is starting to make a fourth base.
And some
Rennac
Hydras
is
here now.
officially behind.
Yeah. Against the mech Terran, you should be ahead on bases, yeah. And should be ahead on bases in general in this matchup. Some sort of attack going from the Zerg.
Zerg, you're already ahead. So if you're ahead on bases, when playing as Terran against Zerg, then that means that either the Zerg has some problems, or you're just very ahead.
Yeah.
Those mutants also absolutely getting crushed.
Yeah, try to get something done here, but 3-3 upgraded Goliaths not so easy to take down with mutas.
No,
Those
3-3
Goliaths
is
really
definitely
do
not
hurt.
easy to take down. With 4 vehicle plating on the Goliaths. Also on the tanks, I thought that the tanks had 2 base armor. It doesn't appear to be that to be the case. But the Goliaths dealing 32 damage
So now he's
per
just
volley.
he lost I think all the mutas and now he's just on Hydra play now. One muta here left, but I don't think these Hydras can take down these
No,
upgraded
I don't think that either.
Goliaths.
Hydras are generally speaking better at fighting against mech.
And he even has the tanks here.
For anti-armor damage.
This looks so...
But still, the Hydra's just
brutal.
absolutely getting turned into a red mist.
Yeah, even these tanks here backing up this little Zerg can do at this situation. This army looks so... Ooh. Oh my god. So now
I
he's
think
just...
a GG will be called very soon.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much Zerg can do now, as he just finished Queen's Nest, so even Queens are far away from being done. If he intends to go for Queens, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this, Terran's
5 siege tanks.
Terran just looks too OP here. Mech Terran, oh my god.
Well, Mech Terran is pretty stacked. Also, Genesis with over a full control group of tanks. And the GG is called from Rennac.
GG, yeah. Oh my god, just look at this. Oh, this makes Mech Terran look so OP. But it was really interesting to see he went for this really early upgrades, which of course help quite a lot here.
Yeah, they definitely paid off. It's not something that I see day to day, but I would definitely like to try it out sometime. Just make 2 armories, start with 1 factory, and just get 3-3 by the time you move out.
Oh boy, oh boy. So this means that Terran takes down this series of race war. The racial domination here goes for the Terran with 2-1 lead on the series. Oh boy.
Yes. I do find that those was very interesting games. Would definitely like to watch them again sometimes just to take in what I saw right there. Just accept the knowledge into my brain.
Yeah.
That was very well played. Would definitely like to see those players play in some future tournaments again, just to cast those again.
Yeah, we will sure see a lot of these players play against each other in the future, as we'll for sure have more tournaments coming up. And actually the
Of course.
tiebreaker series is going to be finished by next Monday, I think, and we of course will stream those matches in upcoming weeks for sure. So stay tuned for more action from EU Pro League server. GG's. Okay, thanks everyone for joining us
GGs.
today. Thank you, Cinders, for co-casting again with me. It was really
No
pleasant to
problem at
have you
all. I thought
around.
it was also very fun for me. You were also a very generous host. I enjoyed casting with you. Again, hope to be in some stream, most likely for the Tiebreaker series again.
Yeah, definitely. Think we will cast some games from that for sure. Yeah, I think this is it for today. And we get to enjoy the rest of the Saturday evening and Easter. So yeah, thanks for joining me, everyone. And we will see you next time. Stay tuned for more casts from EU Pro League server. Thank you. Have a good evening.
So, from me, have a good day, everyone. See you around for the next time.